Campaigners are calling on the European Union to demand the end of so-called LGBT-free zones in Poland. Dozens of small towns have said that they want to be free of LGBT ideology. We're joined by Matt Beard, Executive Director of the equality organisation All Out. Matt, really good to have you on the programme this morning. I'm afraid I'm pretty embarrassed to say that I had not heard a thing about LGBT-free zones in Poland before your organisation approached us with this story. I wonder, for people like me and for many others out there, just explain exactly what is going on in Poland at the moment.
Yes, good morning. So over the course of the last year or so, around 100 small towns, smaller cities, municipalities in Poland have declared themselves LGBT-free zones. They've said that they want to be completely free of LGBT ideology. The impact of this on LGBT plus communities in Poland can't be understated. It has created an atmosphere of hatred, violence, and intimidation. For example, there have been calls to describe the LGBT plus community as an ideology worse than communism. The community's been linked to paedophilia, and many of the people that we work with and that we speak to on the ground in Poland are saying that they no longer feel safe in their own cities.
We're just looking at pictures from outside the EU Commission building where the projection was made after you handed in a petition of some 340,000 signatures. One wonders, though, these free zones, do they currently carry any legal weight in Poland? Has legislation been passed there that allows the police or others to enforce these, frankly, pitiful free zones?
They are completely legally unenforceable and have purely symbolic value. But that symbolic value is, as I said, having a serious impact on the safety, the dignity, and the civil and political rights of LGBT plus people in Poland. Over 400 LGBT plus people have actually written to the European Union expressing their fear that their fundamental rights as EU citizens are now being violated.
What then are you hearing from the British government of all of this? It is important to know what diplomatic channels are open because, of course, Poland rather recently got themselves a new president and a president who seems pretty much in support of anti-LGBT legislation.
Yes, the president very much instrumentalized homophobia and transphobia in his campaign. He very much kind of used LGBT plus people as a way to gain political leverage. We have not yet heard any comments from the British government in terms of any criticism of the LGBT free zones or indeed some of the other actions that have taken place, like the violent arrest of 48 activists last month. We did see a congratulation message from Boris Johnson to the new president of Poland.
Can we speak just more generally, just for a second, Matt, about the situation, not just in Poland, but elsewhere in Europe? We have, over recent years, seen something of a resurgence in the far right in various parts of Europe and all the concomitant homophobia that tends to go along with that. Are there any other areas of the European Union which you're concerned about to the extent that you are Poland?
Yes, I mean, to just build on your question, we've actually seen an uptick in hate crime, homophobia, transphobia, pretty much across the European continent. But we're particularly concerned about the situation in Hungary right now, where changes to the constitution that are being put forward have meant that trans populations, trans communities in Hungary are particularly at risk. I think what we're seeing across the continent is a potential downward spiral, and that's why we at All Out believe it's so important to hold the line. You know, we've been, as a community, working on the achievement of our human and civil rights for the last 50 years. Our ancestors did that work, and it's incredibly important now that, as well as progressing LGBT plus rights, we also hold the line on those rights that have been achieved so far.
Matt Beard, Executive Director of All Out. Thanks so much for joining us on the programme this morning.
Thanks for having me.